No, not at all. The reason I'm going to child support isn't because I don't want to take care of my 6-year-old daughter. I'm going to child support because I refuse to give money if I cannot see my child. My daughter's mother has never allowed me to spend a single day with my daughter in her 6.5 years on this planet. If I want to see her, I have to go sit on her grandmother's couch. I don't have a problem paying for my baby, but all I asked for was 1 day a week, and neither my daughter's mother or her mother, the grandmother, have been willing to let me spend 1 day a week with my daughter in 6.5 years. She has never been with her father. So she's taken me to court to avoid working with me, to avoid letting me see my child, but yet they're up on Germantown Avenue selling veggie food, acting like they're holier than thou while keeping a little girl away from her father. I definitely understand when the queens mention that sometimes domestic violence may be at play and women may keep the child away from the father for reasons of domestic violence. Unfortunately, I can't even agree with that because there is supervised visitation. Working in the schools and having been a child therapist, I know that fathers who have abuse issues can visit with their children at family court. They can visit with their children at the police precinct. And of course, we never want a child there. Or the parents can agree on other places for supervised visitation, like church, the community center, another relative's home. So although domestic violence is a very big problem, sisters, please don't use that as an excuse to keep fathers from their children. There is absolutely no reason to keep a dad from his child. Well, brothers and sisters, you have to also keep in mind that a lot of us black men who are kept from seeing our children, we often sometimes try to be patient because we feel that we have an ally in the family. In my case, it was the grandmother. I thought that because we had an open line of communication, that she didn't necessarily agree with her daughter, and that sooner or later, that grandmom power would come into play in my situation. I wasn't kept from visiting my daughter. I was never kept from visiting my daughter. I was kept from spending alone time with my daughter outside of the grandmother's home. So I was a little bit hopeful. It wasn't until I got the child support letter that the hope had expired. Again, we don't have trouble taking care of our children, but time is just as important as money. And that's our only message to black women. Time is just as important as money. To my beautiful black sisters, there is something that you all have to take responsibility for. And that is many black women have friends, sisters, cousins, nieces, aunts, who they know are keeping the children from the father and they don't say anything about it. And what I want black women to understand is when you are complicit in this war of denying children access to their father, then you contribute to the ever lessening rates of black men who marry black women. One of the biggest reasons a lot of brothers are going outside of the race is they don't have other women in the community to advocate for them once the mother of their children starts playing keep away with the children. And until black women start holding other black women accountable, brothers are going to stop marrying you.